So this is an interesting comment. This was left on a video in which I was discussing how the three percenters are a domestic terrorist organization. And somehow that made this person say, so the founding fathers were terrorists? Where did you make that leap? I mean, to the British, yeah, the founding fathers were terrorists, right? I mean, people who are terrorists to us are patriots in other countries, right? The people who you and I view as terrorists, somebody that takes a plane and flies it into a building or straps a bomb to themselves and blows up a bus or something of that nature, you and I would view them as terrorists. In other countries, they're viewed as patriots. So in some eyes, the founding fathers were definitely terrorists. But how do you make that leap from the Oath Keepers, or the three percenters, I'm sorry. If I said the Oath Keepers at the beginning, my apologies. I was talking about the three percenters. How do you make the leap from me identifying the three percenters now as domestic terrorists to, well, that must mean that I think that the founding fathers were terrorists? The founding fathers, in my opinion, would puke if they saw what the fucking three percenters and the Oath Keepers are doing to this country. We had an open, fair, and free election. And for the first time in the history of this country, we did not have a transfer peaceful of power. That peaceful transfer of power was interrupted by domestic terrorists like three percenters and Oath Keepers. You think the founding fathers would have been on the side of the three percenters for trying to overthrow their own government when it wasn't some tyrannical, oppressive government in need of overthrowing? They just didn't like the fact that they lost an election, so they threw the ultimate hissy fit, one that will be remembered for all of human history. You think the founding fathers would have been on the side of the three percenters? Not even close. The founding fathers would have been the ones on the steps with muskets putting down three percenters and Oath Keepers. The government that the Oath Keepers and the three percenters tried to overthrow was the government of the founding fathers. The founding fathers are, if this is a thing, it's just a phrase that I grew up with, spinning in their fucking graves at the notion that the Oath Keepers even exist. See, people like you and the three percenters and the Oath Keepers, you guys view yourself as modern day 1776 revolutionaries, but you're not. You're modern day Nazi fascists that get pissed off when you lose elections to the point where you try to overthrow the government. That's all you are, and that's all you will ever be.